Hey, howdy everyone. I was studying to teach tonight and time totally got away from me because when I get into the Word, you can go here and have cross references and all this stuff and see what this thing means here, back here, and it got away with me. I sat at this table way too long. So tonight, before I leave, we're going to try just making up a meal not cooked. Okay, one that does not have meat in it. My freezer is full of meat. But Tom mentioned the day before yesterday that he would like to have a meatless meal. Maybe that would help his stomach. So, with what I got, I'm going to try to create a meatless meal. Okay, so I have these romaine organic. Okay, I'm going to try to chop some of these up. Make us both sort of like a salad. We can't have the one kind of salad dressing. So, what it says on the paper, I'm not so sure about. Okay. But we need some fresh stuff in us, you know. That pretty inside. So I'm just going to give us another chop on the side here. And do a meatless meal. It's not a sin to have a meatless meal. If I'm going to be up there standing and teaching, I might not want to have a bunch of meat in me anyway. But then on the other hand, if I got a bunch of veg in me, what's that going to do to me? So I'm just going to take some of this and put it on the side for me. I'll take a lot of the big leafy stuff because it'll be better for me because I can chew it better. That's mine. Whoops. And this will be his. My hands are clean. Okay. And I'll wash these tomatoes off. Had them in the refrigerator. We haven't had tomatoes for a while. I'm trying to do things different, and you just got to work with it. That's all I know. I really enjoy doing this and changing. I'm in the mood now. Look at me shaking. My body hasn't had any candy or anything. I always tell when it gets dinner time because my hands start shaking a little bit. My head gets a little weak because I'm like, I gotta have food, I gotta have food. Where's my food? Do you know, I thought of something yesterday. When it comes right down to it, in our life, when we get hungry, we want food. And we need to thank God for that food because we were created to regenerate ourselves with food. So, I was hungry yesterday, really hungry. We had lunch and then we went to the dock. And that was a whole day experience with their testing and all. And, okay. So, by the time it was time to make supper, we were still driving home. So I stopped at the Kroger store in Logan, Ohio. And I had to put a mask on. So time I got through that store, I was 3/4 way done. Oh my gosh. I was disoriented. I couldn't think where I was at because it was suffocating me. Because I once in a while have breathing problems too. And so I had to get everything that on the list for right then. And I walked up stupid. I mean, this is just plain out weird of me, but I was disoriented a little bit. I walked up to the counter of the meat department and I asked this boy working back there, and he's a teenager. I said, do you serve hot meals? Because I was going to get us a hot meal. And he goes, his eyes go up. He looks at the signs that didn't have anything on them. He looked over here, and he looked over there like I was stupid. Like, did I see any signs of hot food anywhere? They used to sell it, so that's why I asked. And I said, just forget it, because we couldn't have that deep fried chicken they had. So I went around and got some low sodium turkey breast and some of them real thin whole wheat sandwich rounds. You can see them there. And check the sodium and all on them. That's a lot of lettuce. He's not going to like me giving him that much. But that's, I don't know, he might like it. Anyway, I said, hey, do you have any, you go in a store, you expect people to be helpful, especially to a disoriented, can't breathe woman behind a mask. And I said, hey, do you have any angel food cake back there or anything? Because the bakery was there too. And I said, I just couldn't seem to find any. And it was over where I wasn't looking. And he goes, and points at it across the floor like I'm a dummy. I said, young man, I said, real nicely, I said, you don't know what a rough day I've had, and I appreciate your help. God bless you. Walked away, got my angel food cake for Tom, and went out the door. I told Tom about it. He said, let me go in and talk to that boy. I said, nope. He's just a teenager. He probably thinks I was just a dumb older woman. I said, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't get upset that much. Okay, now, we got this. Now we're going to do, let's see here. What was I going to use? We're going to, let me get a paper towel because we can't have that much tomato juice on there. Okay. So I swept and mopped all my floors up, both bathrooms and living room and dining or kitchen, and today. Let me just soak up some of this juice. See, all that juice don't need to be on there. Okay, now let me try to do what they said to do. Can you see this? Yeah, okay. This is red wine vinegar. So I'm not going to be using a lot of it, because it's probably, I'm going to have to taste it and see how strong it is. I've never tasted it before. It was a suggestion on the paper, instead of all your stuff in the, these are always hard to get open, in the paper, in the suggestion, so you wouldn't have to eat the other stuff. So you're going to take like some olive oil, which is olive oil, which is good for salads. Okay, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon in there. And a little of this red wine vinegar, which I'm glad it has a little thing on it. Just a little bit. Kind of give that a little stir. Chances are I'm probably not going to like it. Chances are I'm going to lump it though. Mom always said like it or lump it. It's good and strong. Oh, I should put sugar in it. But I'm not going to because we're really trying to not eat a lot of sugar too. So I'll just kind of pour that sparingly over there. Okay, and then I'll put some pepper on it. Pepper makes salad taste good if you don't have a lot of that other stuff. That don't come out very good. Wait a minute. It looks pretty. We'll see if he eats it. Now I'll make mine to put on mine, because if he gets it, I have to eat it. Law of Pam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kool-Aid would taste better in this. But that's what they said to do. Because this has supposed to have 0. It's supposed to have 0. Vinegar is supposed to have 0. I read the labels on most stuff I bought. It's supposed to have 0 sodium. Even though he's on a low salt sodium diet like type thing. There, we're gonna have that. He's the one to ask for it. Even though we're doing that, we are watching sugar too. We're taking a lot of that out. Because neither one of us want to have sugar diabetes, you know. Neither one of us want it. And he wanted some beets, so I went all over the store looking for beets. Hi, Pamela. No, Nancy, balsamic is great, but I've got 2 bottles of it, but I never used it. I wished I'd have seen that sooner. Now, come on. You can do this. Yes, I wished I would have seen that sooner, because I do use balsamic vinegar. But we'll try this, you know. We'll try this right now, and I'll do that next time. I can use that for anything. Stop playing, Pam. Okay, now, he wants some beets. Now, I've got beets canned, but he doesn't want vinegar beets. He wants just beets. So we're going to take some of them. We're just going to make a plate of no meat. Now, should I... beets in here. I'll just throw mine on the plate. I just put these in like this can of beets because all mine's pickled. This is plain beets, so I just put the can in the refrigerator to get it cold. really kind of it's easier to eat without meat. It's easier to fix. And he'll like these beets because he's been wanting some. Give him most of them. So that's a pretty little bowl of beets to go with his meal. Get the can out of the way. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of my home canned bread and butter pickles. Just a little bit that I've had in the refrigerator. It's got a little bit of red pepper on it, in them, and onion. So I'm just going to take and cut up a few of these on that salad. It will balance out that red wine vinegar. And I canned a lot of pickles, but the dill pickles is full of salt, so that we won't be eating them. And we'll very sparingly do these. The bread and butter. They got more sugar in them. Okay, so we'll put that on there. Hey, use what you got. My motto, use what you got. Okay, now, we've got this so far. Now, I want to, this has got 45 milligrams of sodium in one slice. You only get one slice. Fair enough, fair enough. I'll take one slice to none. So we're going to kind of throw what I was going to do, I was going to take these, the romaine heart, the long lettuce, and make chicken salad on them, but I'll do that maybe another day. This looks so good. My daughter-in-law found it, said that's the lowest in sodium, so we will take and just kind of put a little bit of cheese and balance that pickle and tomato and all that other stuff out. And he'll have a big salad. You say, here, honey, you wanted a no-meat meal. Here is your no-meat meal. He's getting, I can tell he's getting down there, you know. Me too, but now see, I would have picked that up and ate it before, but I don't do that anymore. I used to eat more food than I cook, so tasting it. Okay, now we're going to use a little bit of 1 or 2% cottage cheese, which is high in sodium, I believe. Yeah, it's high. So he's not getting a lot of that. But I got to keep him up, you know, to 2,000 for this fresh stuff. He's got to have 2,000 milligrams in him. And there for a while I was wondering, am I giving him the right amount? So we're going to treat ourselves with some cottage cheese tonight. Okay. Here we go. And we've got some fresh pineapple. I got him. Has no sodium. Pineapple, even canned, has no sodium in it. So it's a good meal for us. So I'll take that. I think I'll just kind of put that on the plate. Now see, I cannot eat pineapple that is fresh like this. I have to eat it out of the can. It gives me like a fresh mouth. I can't, it's too much acidity in it. Boy, that's thick too. Man. Why did, we'll see what we can do about that. Cut that in half. We'll put that right there. And wipe my hands. Well, Mary, he's he's only on a low salt diet because of his heart and lungs. It's so he won't, sugar he's allowed to have. But we do kind of, in our sugar, we try to do the natural fruits and stuff, and we limit it. So I'm not sure, but pineapple is one good thing for us to eat. So I'm going to take that. And then I'm going to take that cottage cheese. Nothing better to him than cottage cheese and beets. I'm just going to lay that down in there so you can see it here. Things out of the way. I'd say that's probably about a half a cup. That's all I can allow him to have. And me too. Like I said, whatever he gets, I get. So now we've got the pineapple with cottage cheese. We're going to put these little beet fellows down here. Okay. We're just going to fill this plate up with some unmeat goodness. No meat goodness. Now, next, I got these because my daughter-in-law found me something that my oldest son eats. Oh my gosh, I love it. This here, right here. Natural Jif. When she brought that, I felt like she brought me something from heaven. It was so good. Look, every day I get me like a half a teaspoon and I lick it like a sucker on my spoon. It has sodium 80 milligrams for 1 or 2 tablespoons. I could have had a tablespoon. Well, I'll stick to the plan. Okay, now I'm going to take this and let him have a little bit of protein, which would be like a meat. This morning he wanted French toast, so I took whole wheat bread and made it. And I pushed the angel food cake out of the way. He pulled it over there. I gently pushed it out of the way and I said, "You can't have that bread and that same time." So for lunch, my daughter sent from the senior building, they sent you a little piece. It's a serving size. Our serving size of angel food cake is probably pretty near a third of it or a fourth of it, or, half of it. Because, angel food cake's something you just want to eat and eat. Which, Pamela, have you made any angel food cakes? Because it would be worth me driving to Lancaster to get it, because my mom makes them, but I don't want to ask her. She makes the best high angel food cakes, but I don't want to ask her because she's 90 years old and she don't need to be making that. So I thought I would ask Pamela. Now I'm going to put this is not even, this is a teaspoon right here of peanut butter on that. For him. And I will cut these in half. I think I about got it. Oh, no, I don't got it. I got one more thing that I picked up yesterday. We've been eating. I'm going to cut these in half. Make them real messy. That is so good. I tell you, when you're not eating what you want all the time, and you eat what you're supposed to have, tough stuff starts tasting delicious. Okay, now, next thing I want to give him See, I'm getting these things here now. I'm going to have to call Dr. Now later and see if he'll do skin surgery on me. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, these are the sodium is 140 milligrams for one roll. So, you know, I'm kind of adding up as I go. He definitely hasn't reached the 2,000 mark on his stuff, and this is his supper. So this is the roll I'm going to give him. And I'm just going to let him eat that with his, you know, food. To add to the goodness of it. Now, let me show you what it looks like. There's his plate. No meat, but protein. He's got protein right there. His beets, his lettuce. It's filled. I filled the dinner plate for him, and no meat, just the protein. Okay. Now, we got him taken care of. There's his meal. Now we'll do mine. Now, I don't want any pineapple at all. I only eat it when it's in the can. Hi, Fiona. Did you see Tom's plate I'm making him? No meat? He's going to be so happy. It's got salad with red wine vinegar and olive oil dressing. He's got beets and all this stuff. All fresh. Okay, now, mine, I will just have the cottage cheese without the pineapple. Put it on there. And you know, that is something that people eat on a diet, but it's got a lot of sodium. I could not believe how much sodium. You know, the regular, without the 1% or 2%, it has less sodium than this. The supposed to be healthier one. Yeah, I checked that out. So, we're going to put a little pepper on that for my plate. My plate's always smaller than his. You know, he's the king, and you got to feed the king, you know, a little more than you. I could have more, but I'm trying to do this with him. Okay, beets. I get the rest of the beets, I think. I don't have a lot of room on my plate. Now, I'm not going to eat any bread, because I don't want to eat bread. I put that can right in there because it's not pickled. It's just regular beets, and got them cold. I thought that was just all right to do. Wasn't going to get fancy with you, make you think I was doing something I wasn't. Okay. There's my beets. So, yeah, I'm going to church tonight to teach with red fingers. I'll wash it off. Okay. So, okay. What's he done? Okay. This will be my plate. But I'm going to have me some protein with my plate. Where'd it go? There it is. Let me get this cut. Let me get this. Okay. Now, you're allowed to have 2 tablespoons of this in one serving. The natural Jif, I'm telling you, I've eaten peanut butter, I've made fudge for years. And when I never ever seen this, and when my daughter-in-law brought it home, I said, well, that's what I'm going to stock on. When I tasted it, it's just delicious. All natural. Stick that baby right in there. I'm going to get me another one, because because that's my supper. And put it in there. So that's 2 teaspoons. So might be a little over a teaspoon, which I'm allowed to have 2 tablespoons. So there's my plate, and that will fill me up, and I'll feel like I don't want nothing the rest of the night. There's my sissy on there. Tootie, I was supposed to boil some eggs today. I got busy mopping and sweeping and mopping floors and doing stuff around here, straightening up, because we was going all day yesterday, and the dog just tore the house up for us. I mean, she messed the dishes up and everything. I'll blame it on her. But anyway, here's my plate, sis. And that's, oh, I forgot the cheese. Pam. Phew, I can't forget the cheese. I've been waiting for a long time to have this cheese. No, guys, I'm not on anything. I'm just happy to be, I'm getting food. I always like it when it becomes time to make supper or eat supper or eat breakfast. You know, well, there's some peanut butter. Put a little bit of Swiss cheese on there, on the salad. Move over. So really, this was a really easy meal. I have all colors of these kimonos. Tommy and Janelle, when we went up to Findlay, we went to Gabe's, and they had all different colors of them. So, and they were only like $3.99, $4.99, and I usually paid $15 to $20 for one. You know what I did? I got every color and threw it in my cart. I'm set for the summer. Sis, if you want one, I'll bring you one. I got bunches of them. Miss Tootie. Okay, here's my meal. Keep getting in that peanut butter, see? Okay. So I'll enjoy this, and so will he. There's my little plate full. Here's his big plate full. Oh, he's got pickles. I need pickles. Man, I'm just depriving myself there. If you eat your meals on a scheduled, which I never really can schedule them real good, but they're around about an hour in or out, you know. But it's been really working for us. So there, I got the meat, or not meat, pickles. Got meat on my mind. Okay, now I got my meal ready. Beets, cottage cheese, a big salad with red wine vinegar and olive oil for salads. So that's what we're going to eat tonight. And he'll be happy because he likes fresh stuff as well. And what I'm doing here, okay, to keep him on this and not make him feel deprived, what I'm doing is letting him tell me what he's hungry for. And last week I was hungry for cheese so bad, and he wasn't. So I never sneak. We had cake at church last week for a birthday party. I said, no, I feel like I'm cheating on Tom if I do. But I let him tell me what he wants. Like, he suggested, how about a meatless meal? Okay, we'll have a meatless meal. Fine with me. And I kind of let him do that, and that way he can think up in the morning what he wants and what he likes, and that way he's not getting the same thing every day, and he's fulfilling that desire of what he wants. So, I mean, that's fair. That's only fair. You know, you take a man that's almost 81 and has eaten all his life the way he's wanted to eat and drank a pot and a half of coffee every day. He told the doctor that. And I said, believe him, he does. By the time he goes to bed at night, that second pot is way down there. So he hasn't desired it. It's the weirdest thing. Same way with cigarettes with him. He just didn't desire it when he... I think it scared him so bad. With the caffeine in it is what made him belch so much. I tried caffeine free and it still made him belch really bad. He's an air keeper, is what the doctor told us yesterday. Said he's an air keeper. The way he breathes, he sucks air into his lungs and his stomach. So I don't know how that happens, but he does. So that's, you know, why we gotta watch. And I gave him red peppers the other day because he wanted red peppers. He belched and belched and belched. So he probably won't get any more of them, but the doctor told me to buy some Gas X. It's $12 a box, but I think it's working. I think it's starting to work on him. So they gave me a really nice one, of the newest. It's like a breathing machine that you put medicine in, and they just sit there like this and breathe normal, and it gets down into their lungs. He's got a lot of what'd you say, Amber? Oh, yeah, it's a nebulizer. And then they gave him this other little thing that is brand new, like a new thing out, that it's got 3 different medicines in it. And he goes and then puts it up, blows, sucks it in, holds it for about 5 seconds, and then blows it out, and that goes down in his lungs. They showed us his lungs, and they showed us where the emphysema is. They're big black pockets in your lungs. And she said usually emphysema, like he's still got part of his lungs that's still gray and nice, and you can see the little vessels in them. But he's got pockets, you know, about that big of black, just pure black, where the emphysema, she said, believe it or not, that is air in there from smoking, from coal smoke, from asbestos, anything like that that you grow up with. Mold, if you've been around mold. Cat, like with cats, their urine and feces, it can get down in your lungs and cause it to get worse. I forget what else they said. But most of his life he grew up with a coal and wood stove, and he smoked, you know, 3 to 4 packs of cigarettes for years. And so all of that together, you know, caused this emphysema within him. And it could have been all kinds of stuff, like the stuff in the air. You know, people blame it on one thing, but I read a list of things that can cause it. All things that can cause it. So it could be different things that causes that stuff in you. So anyway, he's got them. I said, will it get better? And she went. The doctor, she was the doctor with Dr. Bruce, and I said, well, I've known people, I've watched people get sick with this and just slowly die with it. And I said, I'm concerned. are we on the right path? She said, you are on an excellent path. Because the more you can strengthen his arms and legs, the better he's going to have his life preserved. But if he quits using his arms and legs and building the rest of his body, then that'll develop quicker. And I said, oh boy, we're going to have to develop, the part of our bodies, the legs and arms, because she says your lungs is not doing what they're supposed to do, so you have to tell the body and strengthen it and feed it right and not exercise, but give him a goal to walk. And she said it'll strengthen him. So they walked him. Good to see you, Karen. Gotta go. Well, it's good to see you. I love you. Amber, I am getting rest when he rests, and it's kind of like having a baby in the house. And I'm not being mean by that at all. I'll go in there and look at him and Cupcake laying on the bed with his oxygen on, and I'll go, well, my babies are asleep. I'm going to go do something now. So while they was asleep today, I swept, mopped, and then I kicked my legs back, kicked them up, and rested a little bit and studied and sat at this table for a while. So yeah, I'm getting my rest. It was the first week or two we didn't. I thought it's only been 2 weeks, but the doctor said it's been over 2 weeks since his attack. And I'm like, that's the only thing is I'm losing my days, He had that attack Sunday, the 11th. We took him to the doctor Monday morning, left at 5:30, got there at 6:30 in Lancaster. So that's 1 week, 2 weeks. We're almost at the 3rd week. So she reminded me, she said, you've been doing this for 3 weeks. So it's good for him. I just want to tell you, if he doesn't do it, and he doesn't have someone to do it with him or help him, he's not going to do good. And it just shows you, when you expect everything to be done for you, and it's all about you, not a good life. But with him, he's worth it to me, okay? We've been together 46 years. He's worth it to me. Yes, I get aggravated at him because he gets grouchy and it hurts my feelings. But with what he's going through and the changes he has to make, who wouldn't be grouchy? He should have bit my head off already because of the coffee deal, but he didn't. He should have bit my head off because of the food he's eating, and he, didn't like it first, but he didn't. So we're working well, Amber. We're doing good together. Okay, and I want so bad to get together with you, Amber. We were supposed to Tom and I were going to come up that Tuesday, and me and you was going to get together and do some stuff, but it just didn't work out that way. But he's getting better, and maybe we can get together, because all he'd have to do is sit and watch us, because I have an oxygen tank to take if he needs it. So, God bless you all. I love you. It's time to get him fed and say, here's your meal. Enjoy. I'm waiting to see how he likes it. And then I gotta get some stuff done. Put up all my mess. I made the mess. I will clean it up. So, I love you all, and have a great evening. Thanks for getting on. Hey, like and share with your friends this Facebook thing. Like and share, so that we can reach more people and be friends and reach out to the world, to people that, might want to see some of our stuff or whatever. But if we don't like and share, we're not going to reach people, and then tell your friends to like and share. I'd like to see how many people out there is in the same situation with us or could have pointers for us, stuff like that. So God bless you. Love you.